one-day game at Nagpur. So UAE need to do something extraordinary to beat Pakistan. They must hope, they must dream. So that is what would have been spoken in the team meetings. Because on the day, UAE can do anything. All they need to do is to probably make sure that the middle phase of the innings with both bat and ball don't go awry. It has to be much better than what they produced against Pakistan, where they lost 5 or 6 wickets when they were in the 90s.
So the huddle for the UAE squad, a must-win game for them. Some prayers definitely will help, but performance will have to trump that. Wasim leading the squad. Done a very decent job of leading a pack of a mixed bag. Some experienced hands, some absolute newbies. Never too easy for a captain to see so many changes happening, but then these changes are for good, because in the long run, you realize that some of these guys will be in the squad for the time to come.
It's a difficult question because you want to expose some of the bench strength to an opponent like Pakistan, let them flavor taste of international cricket while keeping an eye on winning the contest as well. So you've got to find that right balance. As long as you don't really trouble the core. Every team has core players who are your match winners. So as long as they're playing all the time, you can then experiment a little bit with the bench strength.
You mentioned about the core, but then the modern day cricket and the analyst and the strength and conditioning coaches, they talk about this thing which is called as load management, and you see some of the bigger names rested right in the center of the tournament. Your thoughts on that?
Not a big fan of that. I think the more you bowl, for example, if you're a bowler, then and if you're a fast bowler, you become quicker because that arm rotation then becomes a habit, and so your general fitness improves if you keep on playing. But this is absolutely new phenomena, and so I'm still struggling to understand why they do that. That somebody else needs to come in, or he's had enough. Maybe time off game can help him. Not a big fan of that strategy. Saim Ayub. If he gets cracking, then it'll be very easy for Pakistan to outsmart UAE or any team, because he can adjust to any opposition, any conditions. He's got strong fundamentals of batting, whether it be 5-day cricket or T20I. Pakistan need to get off to a good start. Junaid Siddiqui will not let that happen.
And 99 wickets for him in the hunt for the 100th. Didn't get that one wicket in that previous game against Afghanistan. Tried really hard. In fact, bowled that splendid last over, just 5 runs in that 20th over in that game against Afghanistan. All that experience coming to fore. But a bowler must do what he needs to do, and that is pick wickets. Will he pick his 100th? This very first over. Our guess is as good as yours. Let's play. Play has been called by Shiju Sam. Junaid will come into bowl.
Got to work on that shot, because twice now he's out playing from the crease. That front foot needs to stretch down the pitch. He can take a bit of time also at the crease. Farhan, you know that he wants to get cracking like Saim Ayub, but if you're running a bit short in form in a way, form may not be the right word, because he's hitting the ball very, very crisply, but it's just that he hasn't got a lot of runs so far in this tournament, so you can take a little bit of time. Been given as a wide, but early indication of spice, lift and bounce.
A movement, and that's what Junaid would like to extract. Also, lack of Farhan's good movement early on will definitely give him some hope. Farhan doesn't use his feet early on, and we saw that. result of that was not something really impressive. Junaid picking up wickets in that game against Pakistan. Very successful, beating the pace and being rewarded.
That is smashed into the fence for 4, so he gets a cracking start. Saw it early and punished it past that cover fielder.
Well, yeah, didn't use his feet again, but the results will be in favor of batting side. Look at that, fantastic. Saw the ball early on, good quick hands. Maybe. A look from Junaid suggests the fielder was probably half napping.
Cliff fielder has been removed. It just took 2 balls for UAE to re-strategize. I think that slip position is a critical one because you can slow down the process by picking wickets. But to use that fielder, that slip fielder, you've got to be consistent around that area. Length ball, moving away from the right-hander.
Junaid Siddiqui, experience that he carries, and try and maintain that area like you mentioned. Aggressive mindset has to percolate from the captain.
I mean, that is hammered. Absolutely nailed. A couple of loose balls being put away.
And your own.
Pitched the ball up. He had the better of Farhan in the earlier game. Make him dry rather than force him to play the shots of the back foot. That'll be probably another wide. Need consistency up front, UAE.
We know that the Yorker length delivery is possibly the most effective delivery, but at the same time, one of the most difficult ones to bowl. As a bowler, isn't it your job to try and do something that will help you every single time?
Yes, right now, I think his target has to be kind of an over-pitch delivery, not worry about being driven for 4. I think that's a better bet. He's a lot more comfortable playing that length off the back foot. When the ball is pitched up, he seems to struggle.
We've seen that lack of use of feet early on. Ball slightly fuller. He'll be forced to use his feet. At 11 of UAE, you see Alishan Sharfu making in place of Zohaib. He in some way strengthened the batting.
More runs through the offside. Very profitable over for Farhan and for Pakistan. 12 without a wicket after over number 1.
तो हो जाए सोनी धरती के नाम टपाल दानेदार का एक और कप.
शाही मेवा के 10 रुपए के पैकेट में है खोपरा, मिश्री, छुआरा और पूरा बादाम. शाही मेवा, ज्यादा बादाम, ज्यादा मजा.
ट्राई नूरपुर, ये बेहतरीन टेस्टिंग दे रही है.
But Rohit was impressive in one of the earlier spells that he bowled. The first 2 overs were very good. The last 2,
Slightly.
just a little bit more taxing for him, but he's a young kid. Bowling on a pitch which has something in it for him.
And a youngster who's been playing some amount of franchise cricket. Done fairly well in the IL T20. All eyes on him.
Very nice start.
Getting some movement early on. In fact, finds himself very comfortable against the left-handed batters. Gets the ball to move away from the left-handed batters. Is it about adjusting the length so that you invite the batter to play that shot and make him commit that error?
It's a nice line to Sam Ayub, just trying to locate that one. Missed it. A couple of very, very good deliveries to start his spell.
Very impressive Rohit there. Wasim eased with this youngster. Fine, good length. Early on, Sam does try to go fishing. Deliveries that leave him. And an opportunity in such a case would be with a slip in position, wouldn't it?
They're trying their hand at it again. I don't know for how many deliveries, but a slip has been installed. Free play and a miss.
Yeah, shouts of catch it, putting that little pressure on Sam Ayub, but then we know for a fact that he's made up of a different metal altogether. Wouldn't be bothered about all of these shouts and cries and hues. Akbar Ali, the umpire on field, he'll have a few decisions to his credit. Shiju Sam, square leg. Very experienced umpires in the UAE.
He's off the mark. At times, playing against a side like UAE can be a bit tough because the analytical sample size is so small that, and you haven't played a lot of these bowlers, that it becomes difficult really to judge what is on offer. But you've got to be a thorough professional, so treat this as a very, very serious business. Got to learn on the job.
Analysis and data is one thing, but the other thing is the mindset. Does it come and play in the mind that, oh, we're playing UAE, it's just an associate nation? Does it ever come through in the back of the mind then?
It does, actually. And somehow you've got to force yourself to focus and not take things for granted, because what happens is that you expect a loose delivery every now and then because they are still sort of work in progress, some of the bowlers. You feel that, a couple of good balls, here's my chance now. Missing the stumps down the leg side, but it's shown a lot of promise in this over. 2 done, 13 without a wicket.
Wow, grip service Jesse, no figure Cassie. Pakistan's global tire brand.
With the best of European technology and innovation, Dolan's Premaline washing machine. Its advanced fountain wash technology minimizes tangling while enhancing detergent distribution for deep and efficient cleaning. Dolan's Premaline, designed for better.
Crunch, it goes on. I feel ready, yeah. Crunch, turn it on and on.
With 15% extra chips in Lay's rupees 70 and 100 packs. Extra chips, extra joy.
Try Noorpur. ये बेहतरीन टेस्टिंग दे रही है.
प्लीज हमारा ऑर्डर लिख लीजिए. 2 अदद बड़े पिज्जास, लहसुन वाली डबल रोटी.
इनको पुराने तरीकों से ऑर्डर करने दें. 20,000 प्लस रेस्टोरेंट्स के साथ आपका ऑर्डर फूड पैंडा संभाल लेगा.
Offie on attack.
Well, that's landed over. In fact, it's gone all the way out of the stadium. I don't know whether this is a good change, because we saw that this pitch offered a handful to the left-arm pacer. So introducing spin to Sam Ayub is flirting with a lot of risk. And And here's an example of what he can do. Absolutely destroy and decimate any spinner on the day.
Well, probably the textbook idea of bringing an off-break bowler against a left-handed batter. But then if he bowls so full in his arc, yes, he might have played a few dot balls before this, but then he's a class act, and we saw that right up there.
Important for UAE to understand the conditions. What are their chances of getting wickets up front in the first 6 overs? Who are your best bowlers that can exploit the conditions? We may get it wrong. The off spinner can pick up a wicket or two, but technically it may turn out to be a wrong move.
So we did see the introduction of Heather Ali fetching wickets for UAE early on.
That's gotten between the two fielders in the inner circle on the offside. Couple of runs for Saim. Probably come back for the third.
Runs coming in very comfortably. This over 9 runs already. All started with the 6. Authoritative, absolutely. The beauty of a player like Saim Ayub is that he does not let the demons of the previous over be carried forward in a fresh over, or for that matter, a fresh delivery.
Got a lot of time for him. Saim Ayub always worries about Pakistan winning and keeping a low profile, even when he's hitting the ball out of the middle. It's a very good example of a young kid being so balanced in the mind.
Delivery there by Dhruv Parashar. All offy. Arm nice and straight from top.
6, that's gone all the way for another big one. Big shot. Didn't really came off the middle of the bat. I think he was a little worried whether that fielder would be in business or not. At long on, just about made it to the fence on the full. One-handed 6.
There's some power on that left hand. Then T20 cricket is a game of power hitting. Classic display of that by Farhan.
Catch it is the call, and it may work for UAE. So the change actually happens and works. It's the same old scenario for Farhan in this series. He's looked so good, and yet he's not really been able to score a lot of runs. This really should have been put away for a 4 or a 6. Half-trekker was tracked down by the fielder at mid-wicket.
It's a longer boundary, a 70-meter boundary, and the fielder, Ethan D'Souza, one of the better ones that UAE has produced, inviting the batter to play that shot, making him commit that error. Shaib Zada Farhan will have to walk 16 of 11, 28 for 1 Pakistan.
तो हो जाए सोनी धरती के नाम टपाल दानेदार का एक और कप.
सामने इतना जबरदस्त डिजाइनर बुटीक बन गया है यार. अब हमारा बुटीक बंद.
देखो हमारे शाइनी बाल क्या कह रहे हैं. इनकी तरह हम भी खूब शाइन करेंगे, चाहे धूप हो या पसीना. सनसिल्क ब्लैक शाइन विटामिन ई के साथ दे बालों को ग्लॉसी कोटिंग. और ग्लास शाइन, आपकी बुटीक हर तरफ शाइन कर रही है. खूब शाइन करेंगे, ग्लास शाइन करेंगे.
ट्राई नूरपुर, ये बेहतरीन टेस्टिंग दे रही है.
Your attitude, Darren Sami by Oscar Ali.
Interesting the way he shadow practices a shot when he takes strike, he goes absolutely opposite to that. He tried it. 29 for 1.
तो हो जाए सोनी धरती के नाम टपाल दानेदार का एक और कप।
इसका खस्तापन और चटपटा है फन,
भले भले दाल चस्का, मजा अपने स्टाइल। शाही का है तो अच्छा ही होगा।
प्लीज हमारा ऑर्डर लिख लीजिए, 2 बड़े पिज्जा, लहसुन वाली डबल रोटी।
इनको पुराने तरीकों से ऑर्डर करने दें। 20,000 प्लस रेस्टोरेंट्स के साथ आपका ऑर्डर फूड पैंडा संभाल लेगा।
ट्राई नूरपुर, ये बेहतरीन टेस्टिंग दे रही है।
पर जब क्रेविंग होगी तो ओपा पास्ता कौन छोड़ेगा। क्रेव कुक एंजॉय।
Wear your attitude. Darren Sami by Oscar Ali.
वाह, ग्रिप सर्विस जैसी तो फिक्र कैसी। पाकिस्तान ग्लोबल टायर ब्रांड।
The center. This wicket that Pakistan in their dugout wouldn't have thought of. In an expensive over, runs were coming in very, very comfortably. Dhruv Parashar strikes and strikes early. Fantastic effort in the field by this youngster.
Beautifully played through the offside. A great way to start the innings.
A short boundary on that side. That'll give them some confidence and runs of Rohit as well. On Naim Ayub, 2 left-handers in the centre. The captain might just be tempted to continue with the offie.
Akhar Zaman has had a lean patch, 13 innings now without a 50. His run sequence 25, 6, 20, 20, 28, 8, 44, 1, 5, 4, 13, 11, 9. He's a much better player than that. And he bats at number 3, so he's got loads of overs available to build a knock. I think he can do that tonight. Just needs to probably calm down a little bit. He's such a great smacker of the ball that he can make a comeback. Even if he's played few dots, that shouldn't matter to his DNA. Good enough player really to get that powerhouse position back.
You're right. The psyche that he holds, mind you, he is someone who's scored a double century in ODI. You need to definitely have that ability to not just bat, but to think what you're going to do. Akhar Zaman, he's got starts. West Afghanistan got a 20, and then 25. Versus UAE, not so successful.
Great ginger around that off-stump channel. Naim Ayub playing from the crease, not being able to pick the length. I think that can be an issue at times for an opener on a surface like this. Beautiful shape away from left-hander's off-stump. Would advocate a slip. I think he's bowling so well to Naim that he needs to ask for a slip himself.
As a youngster who's just played 7 games, I don't know if he has the confidence to do that.
They need to do better than that. Allowed that ball to sneak through for a couple of runs. That shouldn't have been any. 35 for 1.
शाही मेवा के 10 रुपए के पैकेट में है खोपरा, मिश्री, छुआरा और पूरा बादाम। शाही मेवा, ज्यादा बादाम, ज्यादा मजा।
अब खाना चाहे कोई भी हो, हर खाने के बाद टपाल ग्रीन टी प्लीज। टपाल ग्रीन टी, टपाल ग्रीन टी।
पर जब क्रेविंग होगी तो ओपा पास्ता कौन छोड़ेगा? क्रेव, कुक, एंजॉय।
Where your attitude, Darren Sami by Oscar Ali.
With Junaid, even though he picked up a wicket, but I think better sense has prevailed. UAE feel that there is something in this pitch. Oh, gone, caught behind, just a bit airy-fairy through that off-stump channel. Saim Ayub was never on top of that line. And so this change absolutely worked for UAE.
Well, that's a wicket. Junaid Siddiqui, he was waiting for that for a very long time. Picking up his 100th, rolling his fingers over the ball. And a big wicket. Saim Ayub, Junaid Siddiqui, the long old warrior of UAE cricket, rewarded with his 100th. His persistence, his hard work. Saim Ayub gone, Pakistan 35 for 2.
पर जब क्रेविंग होगी तो ओपा पास्ता कौन छोड़ेगा? क्रेव, कुक, एंजॉय।
सामने इतना जबरदस्त डिजाइनर बुटीक बन गया है यार, अब हमारा बुटीक बंद।
देखो हमारे शाइनी बाल क्या कह रहे हैं, इनकी तरह हम भी खूब शाइन करेंगे, चाहे धूप हो या पसीना। सनसिल्क ब्लैक शाइन विटामिन ई के साथ दे बालों को ग्लॉसी कोटिंग। और ग्लास शाइन, आपकी बुटीक हर तरफ शाइन कर रही है, खूब शाइन करेंगे, ग्लास शाइन करेंगे।
With the best of European technology and innovation, Dolan's Premaline washing machine. Its advanced fountain wash technology minimizes tangling while enhancing detergent distribution for deep and efficient cleaning. Dolan's Premaline, designed for better.
प्लीज हमारा ऑर्डर लिख लीजिए, 2 अधिक बड़े पिज्जास, लहसुन वाली डबल रोटी।
इनको पुराने तरीकों से ऑर्डर करने दें। 20,000 प्लस रेस्टोरेंट्स के साथ आपका ऑर्डर फूड पैंडा संभाल लेगा।
Straight away off the mark with a couple of runs.
Just full down the leg. Comfortable runs. So in the first over, Junaid kept the ball a little short. This over, he's corrected it, bowling it fuller, and has been rewarded almost instantly.
I think the no-brainer kind of stuff for an experienced bowler to bowl that line on this pitch, but Junaid clearly a little under par when it comes to experience, so struggle in the first over, but good of UAE captain to get him back, even though Dhruv picked up a wicket. To bowl that driving length, to overpitch the ball, I mean, that may even test any kind of player up front in the first 6 when the ball still has something to do on the surface. Take that chance.
It does have a mean slower one, well disguised. You bowl at